Hello out there to all my insomniacs and night owls. If you're up this late, then you're in the right place. This is Static After Dark. Tonight's story comes from a listener in rural Kansas. She has asked to stay anonymous, so we'll be calling her Mara. And before the story starts, I suggest you don't listen to this one alone. Before I begin, there's something important you should know. Mara suffers from a psychogenic non-epileptic seizures brought on by severe childhood trauma. According to her email, stress sometimes causes hallucinations, usually brief. Shapes in doorways, faces in windows, human figures where there shouldn't be any. She told me she spent years learning how to separate what's real from what isn't. But about 3 months ago, she started noticing something she couldn't explain away. Mara lives alone in an old farmhouse about 40 minutes outside Wichita. Nearest neighbor is over a mile away. Endless fields, empty roads, the kind of place where silence feels heavy after sunset. She says it started with small things. Cabinet doors left open, the back porch light turned off when she swore she left it on. Footprints in the dirt beside the house after rain. Long, narrow prints that looked almost human, except the stride was wrong, too far apart. At first, she blamed herself. Trauma does strange things to memory. That's what her therapist always told her. Then came the night she started seeing the figure. Not clearly, never clearly, just a shape. Tall, thin, and gray. Always standing partially behind something. The hallway corner, the laundry room doorway, the edge of the staircase. Just enough exposed for her to notice it. And every time she looked directly at it, it was gone. Mara said she'd usually have an episode shortly after. Her vision would blur, her body would tense, and she'd lose chunks of time afterward. So eventually she convinced herself the figure was probably part of the seizures. Until the night she found the kitchen chair. She'd fallen asleep on the couch around midnight, watching old reruns with the television volume low. When she woke up, the house was dark except for static flickering on the screen. At first, she thought the power had gone out. Then she noticed the chair. One of her wooden kitchen chairs had been dragged across the floor and placed directly in front of the hallway leading to her bedroom. Facing her. Mara says she remembers staring at it for almost a full minute because the chair's legs had left deep scrape marks across the hardwood floor. Real scrape marks, not imagined, not dreamed, and sitting on the chair was a wet patch. Like something had been sitting there for a long time after coming in from the rain. She checked every door and window, locked, nothing stolen, no footprints. But that night, for the first time, she heard the clicking. 3 clicks, always from another room. Then silence. She started sleeping with every light on in the house, and according to her email, that's when it began getting closer. The figure stopped appearing across rooms. Now it stood in connecting doorways, watching, always peeking, never fully stepping out. One night she saw fingers curl around the frame of her bedroom door. Long fingers. Too many joints. Another night, she woke up and saw the top half of a face peering at her from behind the dresser mirror. No eyes. Just smooth gray skin reflecting dim blue moonlight. She blinked, and it was gone. But her dog, a German Shepherd named Boone, was staring directly at the same corner, growling so hard his legs shook. Mara stopped telling people. Her sister blamed stress. Her doctor adjusted her medication. Friends suggested security cameras, so she bought some. 3 cameras inside the house. The living room, the kitchen, and the hallway. The first 2 nights showed nothing. On the 3rd night, the hallway camera cut to black for exactly 17 minutes. No error messages, no corrupted footage, just black. When the video returned, the hallway door to her bedroom was open. Mara swears she always sleeps with it shut. And standing at the end of the hallway for only 1 frame was something tall enough that its head nearly touched the ceiling. The image was blurry, compressed. But she says one detail still keeps her awake. The thing appeared to be leaning sideways around the corner, like it was hiding from the camera, watching it. She almost moved out after that. She packed boxes, called her sister, but she never left, because a week later, she had another seizure episode. Only this time, when she woke up on the kitchen floor, there was mud all over the house. Wet dirt tracked from the back door to her bedroom, and beside her was Boone, whimpering, refusing to look down the hallway. Mara says she followed the tracks with a flashlight. They ended right outside her bedroom door. No return prints, nothing leading away, just a long trail that stopped. As if whatever made them was still standing there. When she sent me the story, she included one final detail. She says the figure still appears every night. At first, it stayed at the far end of rooms, then doorways, then the hallway. Now she says it stands just outside her bedroom at exactly 3:13 every morning, always peeking around the frame, a little closer each night, a little more visible. Last week she claimed she saw one of its hands resting on the inside edge of the doorway. Not outside, inside, like it had finally decided to come in. She ended her email with a sentence I can't quite shake. She wrote, "I used to think the seizures were making me imagine it. Now I think the seizures are the only reason I can see it at all."
Hey Mara, what so I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I hope you reach out to me, girl. I want to say thank you so much for staying up late with me. If you have a story of your very own that you'd like to share, feel free to reach out. Just don't be surprised if something answers back. I'm your host, Sam, and this was Static After Dark. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and over and out.